What is up, Clipper fans? It's your boy Eddie, and of course, welcome back to King's Court. And I got a few things to rule for today. Now, last night, Clippers win against Utah in dominating fashion. Right out the gate, these guys showed up and they played big time. From the first man to the last man, every single guy played well. Everybody that got their minutes, they made the most out of them, and that's exactly what you want to see if you're a Clipper fan. These guys showed up to play. They knew it was a big game, and they showed up to play. We can't say the same for Utah, because right out the gate, I don't know if it was the Clippers defense, because I know they were dope and they were doing just fine. But that Utah offense was just horrendous. At some point in the first quarter, it looked like they were just trying to shoot up some miracles and just hoping something was gonna sink into the basket. Jordan Clarkson jacking up shots, Donovan Mitchell jacking up shots. Early in the game, I think it was only two Donovan Mitchell drives, and if I'm gonna be honest, those shots were just, oh, I'm going in, oh screw it, okay, I'm close enough, let's just toss it up. That's what I was seeing from Donovan Mitchell from the first quarter. And then what? These guys were down. I remember it was about 16 points. I might be exaggerating it, but it felt like the game was over by then. And then even worse, or just as bad, in the second quarter. Obviously the Jazz scored more points, but the Clippers didn't slow down whatsoever. And then in the third quarter, well, you know what? Let me take it back. After the first half, the Clippers, a lot of people were already saying that the Clippers had it in the bag. That was just run the timeout. But if you're a Clipper fan, you know that's not what you want. You want the Clippers to keep dominating throughout the game, not just 24 minutes, all 48 minutes. And you know what? They might have slowed down. They might have, I want to say they lost interest because shots weren't falling. I was being a little stressed as well, but hey, they played just fine. Defensively, they slowed down a little bit too, but it still worked, right? Terrence Mann, Luke Kennard, Kawhi Leonard, all these guys were doing their part and sharing the ball, and no one was trying to be the man towards the middle of the game. At first, it was kind of like, okay, here you go Kawhi, here you go PG, and it worked, so I'm not going to argue with it. And then in the second quarter, that's when I saw a lot of ball movement, and the Jazz just couldn't defend anybody because they, as a team, they defend everybody. It's not just an assignment thing. It's everybody does a little work to slow PG down, Kawhi down in regards to stopping the drive, getting the intercepting the pass, all that stuff, right? Donovan Mitchell. A lot of people say it was his ankle, that or whatever is wrong with his leg really, because he is slowing down, and a lot of people are faulting his gameplay for that alone. I'm not too sure about that, because even with Donovan Mitchell being double teamed, he was still just shooting passes at his teammates. He would slam the ball so hard on the floor that it would just bounce up to a teammate. He tried to lob so hard to, I think it was Royce O'Neal or Derek Favors, a lob that it just went completely over everybody's head, and he just grabs his head and, just disappointment. The Clippers are doing just fine guarding Donovan Mitchell. The double team always comes at a perfect time, and then as the Jazz, move the ball around, they're rotating at a good pace. Someone always is close enough to know, okay, that's my man now. That zone defense, I'm loving it. Let's keep it up. Let's keep it going. I really feel like the Clippers have awoken again. Of course, this series should have been over by now in my eyes. The Clippers shouldn't have lost game 2 or game 1 after their big leads and missing so many shots. But hey, you take what you can get, right? We're still not done. It's already a 2-2 series, and it's only looking good from here for Clipper fans. Of course, Mike Conley, he's probable to return soon. You just don't know when. It looks like the Jazz are trying to push his return soon because, well, they really need him. As a 1 seed, you want to defend that title, and you also want to get it. You don't want to be the first seed and be out in the second round. Am I right, Milwaukee fans? Speaking of Milwaukee fans, you guys got a game today. How confident are you that the Bucks are going to close out this game and take a 3-2 lead in Brooklyn? Nonetheless, Brooklyn, it's you know, you for sure know they're gonna try to do whatever they can to get into Giannis's head and the rest of the team's head. But Brooklyn's team on its own, without Irving or Harden, see, this is why I'm now against huge blockbuster superstars teaming up. It's likely that the players following the top 2 or 3 guys that are going to be doing a lot of the scoring, a lot of the defending, you're not going to have a good bench. You're not going to have good role players, or at least subpar or just average enough to, you know, score some buckets, get some stops. And I don't trust Mike James to be making too many buckets. Bruce Brown, as good as he was when Kyrie was playing, I don't think he's gonna get as many good looks with his floater, even if he was doing so well in the past few games. Who else? Landry Shamet. He's not that dude. I wouldn't keep giving him the ball. He's not Clay level yet, even though that's kind of his prospected, I'll just say, ranking or play style. He's not there yet. Blake Griffin, he's probably your second best go-to guy. See, as a Clipper fan and Clipper Nation, we all know how good Blake Griffin was. I'm not too sure he's gonna be leading an offense efficiently enough, even though he was a point guard before. It's just not in his arsenal anymore. I would panic if I was a Nets fan. It's not a break or make year. I don't think so. I mean, it's barely the first year with 3 superstars, but you did give up a lot. And that's not something that I could get behind. You can't give up too much of your bench or role players, because if you do, then who are you going to go to when those other guys, those big guys, the big names need a rest? That's where I lean with having super teams in regards of 3 or more superstars, unless someone takes a pay cut. These guys are still in their prime years. I don't see it happening. And then trades, you really have nothing to give. So you're just going to have to make this work and just hope Harden, KD, and Kyrie Irving are all top-notch every playoff. Because that's really all you can hope, as long as you have those 3 guys. The draft isn't going to get you big picks, especially not late in the draft selections. Moving on to the Hawks-Sixers series. The Hawks, they proved me wrong last night. I thought this was going to be a 5-game series. Hawks just took game 1. That was cute, but here come the Sixers. No. Embiid is doing the best he can. But Simmons and Tobias Harris, they're just not cutting it. Those two really need to step it up. I saw a few dumb turnovers from Tobias Harris and a few bricked shots from Tobias Harris. Simmons, as good as he's been on movement-wise, I don't think his IQ has been great at all. Even though I see Simmons touching the ball more than Embiid, he should have had a way better game or a way better series at this point. So I don't think Ben Simmons is the answer. It's either Embiid scoring 50, 20 rebounds, 6 blocks a game, or you're losing to the Atlanta Hawks. That's my thing with the Sixers. They need to play big, or it's just expect the Hawks to maybe take this series. You definitely don't want to see the Hawks move on, but if that's what's gonna happen for the Sixers to, maybe do something with their roster, they're fine defensively. They just can't score. The Hawks, they have nothing to lose. They weren't even supposed to be there, as far as I'm concerned. First year in the playoffs after so many years, multiple years without being in there. Of course, they had nothing to lose. A lot of young guys. Trae Young with his 18 assists. That's impressive. I didn't think he had it in him. I didn't think he was a passer, but 18 assists. That says a little something about a point guard that mainly just scores. Now, tonight, of course, you only got one game. Unfortunately, basketball is slowing down the basketball season. Just make the most out of it. I'm gonna be having fun watching the Clippers win games or just playing games or playing well. Uh, you know, this is probably the last time we're gonna get at least one game per day. So, you got one game today. Let's just hope it's fine. Just hope Brooklyn brings it back and does a little damage. Right? That's all I got to say for now. Of course, over the summer, I'll be doing a lot less basketball talk and I'll have more, I guess, topics of, conversations that people don't want to have. Maybe my own thoughts on some issues that are going on, politically, on an international level, that sort of stuff. Free agency. NBA free agency is always interesting, of course. But always send me your thoughts. Tell me what you guys want to know, what you guys want to talk about, and I'll be here seeing what you guys have to say. Don't forget me to tweet at me at mr_e Reyes Barron on Twitter. Find me there, tweet at me. I'm active almost during every basketball game. I'm at least observing it. And that's all I got for you guys today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hopefully I have a few more followers by the end of the summer. I'm trying to get things going, so please support any way you can. Alright, and like I said, that's all I got to say. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you for listening. I'm out.